every week, I'm going to give you a different skill. Your skill for this week is technique. Proper technique means beautiful posture, great body alignment, gorgeous lines. That's what I'll be looking for.
I will explain the gossip. Never miss this video. Please subscribe to the channel. In Abby's ultimate dance competition, one thing was made painfully clear from the jump. Technique was supposed to be everything. Abby Lee Miller made no secret of her obsession with straight legs, pointed toes, and sky-high extensions. So when one dancer came out with noticeably rough technique, but still managed to survive the cut, yeah, jaws hit the floor. This wasn't just a minor slip-up. We're talking flexed feet, sloppy arms, balance issues, you name it. It should have been a one-way ticket home. Even the judges and the other contestants couldn't hide their side eyes during critiques. Was Abby really about to let this slide? Or was something else going on behind the scenes? Spoiler alert, she stayed. And that's when the real drama exploded. The other dancers were furious. You could feel the tension spike backstage, whispers, eye rolls, even some not-so-subtle jabs during rehearsals. How could Abby, queen of brutal critiques, give this a free pass? Some moms immediately cried favoritism, accusing the judges of caring more about star quality than skills. And honestly, they kind of had a point. Because here's the tea. Despite her messy technique, this dancer had something Abby couldn't resist: charisma. That it factor. She knew how to sell a performance, messy feet and all. And in Abby's world, sometimes wow mattered more than perfect. The best part? The girl knew it. She wasn't apologizing, she wasn't hanging her head. She owned her spot like she had nothing to prove. If anything, she doubled down, bringing even more over-the-top energy the next week, daring anyone to call her out. Meanwhile, the technical dancers who had killed themselves for precision, they were left sweating bullets, wondering if their clean pirouettes even mattered anymore. This moment completely shifted the competition. Suddenly, it wasn't just about technique. It was about surviving the politics of AUDC. Who could impress Abby? Who could make good TV? Who had enough sparkle to distract from their flaws? And if you thought the rivalry was hot before, it was about to get nuclear. Abby's ultimate dance competition promised to find the best technical dancer, or so we thought, in a show that claimed it was all about strength, perfection, and discipline. One shocking moment completely flipped the script. A dancer with glaring technique issues was saved. And not only saved, defended. This wasn't a tiny mistake. It wasn't a she had a bad day situation. We're talking obvious flaws the judges couldn't even pretend not to notice. And still, when it was time to send someone home, she survived, while technically stronger dancers didn't. Fans were floored. Moms were livid. Dancers were reeling. And behind the scenes? Oh, the whispers turned into full-blown screaming matches. Let's flash back to the moment the competition's real rules changed forever. Setting the stage, technique was supposed to be king. Before the competition even started, Abby drilled it into the dancers' heads. Straight legs, perfect turnout, pointed toes, flawless lines. Every promo, every early episode, every critique made it sound like you could only survive if you danced as technically perfect as a ballerina. And honestly, a lot of dancers were up for the challenge. Girls like Amanda, Brianna, and Madison had the kind of polished skills that screamed competition ready. The pressure was brutal. Every slip-up, every bent leg or shaky turn was treated like a death sentence. Until it wasn't. The shocking performance. Cracks in the armor. During the challenge that week, one dancer, let's call her the survivor, came out swinging, just not in the way Abby claimed she wanted. From the second she hit the stage, her feet were flexed instead of pointed. Her shoulders were tense. Her arms were messy and uncontrolled. Her leaps were questionable, to say the least. It was painful to watch. Even die-hard fans were shifting in their seats. The judges' faces told the whole story. Robin Anton, Pussycat Dolls creator, gave tight, polite smiles. Richie Jackson, Lady Gaga's choreographer, looked confused at best. Abby Lee Miller? Oh, she looked furious at first. Everyone knew what was coming. Right? The judging panel, from brutal to baffling. When the judging started, it was clear as day that the survivor had messed up. Robin even gently called out her lines and posture. Richie complimented her energy. Translation, a pity comment. Abby, and here's where things get wild, praised her performance quality. Yes, you read that right. Abby Lee Miller, the same woman who screamed about bent legs for 6 seasons on Dance Moms, said the survivor's star power made up for her flaws. Cue. The entire world doing a double take. You could literally see the other dancers backstage, the ones who had busted their butts for perfect pirouettes, glaring, whispering, seething. This was not the game they thought they were playing. Backstage fallout, tears, whispers, and full-on mom showdowns. The second the survivor's name was called safe, the backstage drama exploded. Dancers were in tears. Moms were pulling producers aside. Whispers about favoritism, rigging, and TV drama spread like wildfire. One mom, who we'll call stage mom extraordinaire, absolutely lost it. She pulled her daughter aside, hissing about how real dancers were getting overlooked for cute faces and stage tricks. Another mom rolled her eyes so hard you could practically hear it, and not even subtly. A full-blown mom argument nearly broke out before producers stepped in. It was official. The gloves were off. It wasn't just about dancing anymore. It was about survival. Abby's defense, star quality, technique? At the top of the next episode, Abby defended her choice hard. She stood by the survivor, claiming that audiences don't buy tickets to see perfect feet. They buy tickets to see stars. And in Abby's eyes, the survivor was a star. Cue more outrage. Because here's the gag. A bunch of technically flawless dancers were sent home that season. Sweet girls who had the cleanest fouette turns you'd ever seen. Beautiful extensions. Incredible ballet lines. Gone. While the survivor, the one Abby said was sloppy the week before, kept climbing higher. The survivor's attitude. No apologies. No regrets. You might expect someone in the survivor's spot to be humble, right? Thankful? Maybe even a little embarrassed? Nope. The survivor doubled down. Bigger facials. Even more energy. Bold costume choices. Flipping hair and throwing sass at every opportunity. And honestly, it worked. Even some of the judges seemed to forget about her technical issues week by week. All they could see was performance. Other dancers weren't so lucky. If you had perfect lines but a boring expression, you were toast. The real tea. Was this always the plan? Looking back, a lot of fans wonder if this was Abby's plan all along. Because the truth is, perfect dancing doesn't always make great TV. AUDC needed drama. It needed big personalities. It needed girls who could cry, fight, laugh, and shine in interviews. And the survivor? She gave them that in spades. Behind the scenes, a few people even hinted that producers encouraged judges to consider entertainment value when making their cuts. Technique might have been the official standard. But charisma? That was the real golden ticket. Aftermath. A shift in the competition. After the survivor's save, the vibe of AUDC changed completely. Dancers started playing up their stage presence, going bigger with facials and drama, taking bigger risks, sometimes sloppy ones, just to get noticed. Technique wasn't ignored, but it was no longer the guaranteed path to the finals. If you didn't have a larger-than-life personality, you were in trouble. And as the weeks went on, you could see the divide growing. The technical queens versus the entertainers. It was officially a different competition now. Where are they now? Did technique matter in the long run? Ironically, years later, many of the super technical dancers faded from the spotlight. Some quit dance altogether. Others became teachers, quietly living normal lives. Meanwhile, the survivor? She built a whole brand around her sparkle, sass, and ability to work a stage. She may not have had perfect feet, but she had something you can't teach. Star power. And in the end, Abby might have been onto something. Conclusion. The moment that changed AUDC forever. When bad technique didn't cost a dancer her spot, AUDC stopped being just a technical competition. It became about something way bigger. Who could command attention? Who could survive the pressure? Who could make an audience care? And it taught every dancer a brutal lesson. You can be flawless on paper, But if you don't light up a room, you're replaceable. It was messy. It was controversial. It was iconic. And it's still one of the most unforgettable moments in AUDC history.